December 2nd, 2022. First pills stuff today. Today is June 2nd, 2023, and it is officially 6 months on HRT. Today is March 2nd, 2024, and I'm a little bit over 1 year on hormone replacement therapy. This is awkward. Okay, like I was saying already, like I already got like a little like, from this side, this is what it looks like. It looks like this. Okay. Like, look at it doing the thing already. If I do this, then yeah, that happens. There's no way to not make that awkward. In today's video, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update about what's going on in my transition, as well as update my pros and cons list now that I'm officially 1 year on HRT. So as far as differences go between 6 months and 1 year, I feel like my skin has gotten even thinner. I went to the doctor to get my blood drawn for my labs, and when the lady drew blood, like, it bruised. And that had never happened to me before. And not only did it bruise, it took it almost 2 weeks to heal. And I was like, okay, maybe that's just like a bad experience at the doctor. But then my boyfriend and I were roughhousing one day, and I bumped into something and it left a mark, and it took a while to heal. So I've noticed that like bruises stay a lot longer than they used to, and my skin is a lot thinner than it used to be. Another thing for me that's different at the 1 year mark opposed to the 6 month mark is that the weight gain has slowed down. If you remember in my original 6 month video, I was really upset because I was gaining about 5 pounds a month. Once I hit the 1 year mark, that pretty much slowed down, pretty stagnant now where I am, which is something that I was very happy about. Something else I noticed in regards to weight gain is that my appetite has changed. So when I first started HRT, I was hungry all the time. I was just hungry. I ate everything that I could. Around the 6 month mark, my appetite was starting to slow down, but it was still notably bigger than what it had been prior to starting. And now that I'm at the 1 year mark, it's really interesting to me. Like I said, the weight gain has slowed down. My appetite now at 1 year looks similar to what it did prior to me starting my medical transition. Something else that's very interesting regarding weight is, I will say at 1 year, the fat redistribution looks a lot different, and it's a lot more prominent than it was in the beginning. So the first 6 months of my transition, I noticed a lot of like rounding of the face, softening of the features, and then for me personally, it was a lot of breast tissue growth. From 6 months to a year, and really from a year on, I've noticed that my thighs and like my hip area is beginning to fill out more than it did in the early stages. I remember from like pre-transition to up until 6 months, I had like really skinny legs, and I was super self-conscious about it. But now like my thighs are definitely starting to spread a little bit more. And I definitely notice fat redistribution more post 1 year. I'm tired all the time. And when I mean I'm tired all the time, I mean I'm like exhausted all the time. On average, I sleep anywhere between 7 and 8 to 9 and 10 hours a day. That's a lot for me because pre-transition, I used to sleep maybe 5 or 6 hours a day, if that much. And I thought maybe it was just me. I talked to my friend Diore, and she told me that she's also tired a lot. So I'm not sure if that's just, I'm not sure what the metrics are behind that. I want to say it probably has something to do with the testosterone blocker. I'm not sure, like I said, the metrics behind it, but I have noticed that I am actively tired all the time. And that also bleeds over into like motivation to do things. Like I'm not motivated sometimes. I just want to sleep and lay down, and things just take a lot of work and effort for me. It's just like, I don't want to go to the grocery store. I'll just eat ice for dinner and I'm just gonna sleep. Like I'm tired all the time. And that's not necessarily, I don't like it, but I guess it just kind of, one of those double-edged swords. It just kind of comes with the territory, I guess. Going off of the theory that it has something to do with low testosterone moving like forward, my semen is clear. And cover your ears if you're underage. But I noticed that my testosterone has probably gotten really low because it's clear. Like literally like water. That's interesting because, so we had a situation happen. Close to me getting my 1 year, I ended up moving, And when I moved, I had to switch healthcare providers. I'm still going through Planned Parenthood, but it's a different one because I'm in a different state now. And there was some scheduling issues between what I had going on in my personal life and the hospital, like the doctor being able to see me. So I ended up being off of my meds for like 2 weeks. And so that's why I'm saying that the energy level is low. I feel like maybe I didn't notice it before, but then when I was off of the meds for 2 weeks and then I was up and I was moving around, my energy was like up. And then I started, I got back on the meds and kept going. It was just like, it hit me like a truck. I was tired all the time. I'm like, and even today, I slept last night and then I woke up because it's 2:53 right now. I woke up this morning and piddled around a little bit, and then I slept from sometime this morning until about 2 p.m. and to get up to film this. And I was just like, I remember when I first started HRT, I was tired all the time, and I feel like it curbed out some, but I'm still tired in comparison to what I was pre-HRT, if that makes sense. So maybe take me being tired all the time with a grain of salt. That might just be because I ended up missing 2 weeks worth of dosages. But I just wanted to throw that in there just in case like you're experiencing like tired or exhaustion or like unmotivation. That's something that I'm going through, as well as my friend. That's something she said she was going through as well. Next on my list, we have sex and sexuality. Orgasms are completely different. They were completely different at day 1, they were completely different at 6 months, and they are completely different here at a year. Under it says pre-transition, everything was focused on I'm not gonna say the word. Everything was focused on there. So pre-medical transition, when my main hormone was testosterone, everything, like all the energy, all the focus was just this one part of myself. And then by 6 months, it got to this weird spot where like it was focused on this area, but not so much, and the area behaved differently. So it was just a weird situation. Now at 1 year, like orgasms are now like a full body kind of experience, opposed to just that, if that makes sense. If this doesn't make sense, leave a comment and I'll like have a one-on-one or something with you, because I don't, anyway. But also I will say sex and orgasms for me have become more of a mental thing opposed to a physical thing, if that makes sense. Like pre-transition, like you could have physical things and you would get a physical reaction from me, and that's like, okay, boom. Now it's like I could be in a situation where you're like, and like if you, the best way that I can explain it is if you were trying to turn me on and it was just physical, like you're just rubbing and stuff, I'm not into it. Like you have to start my mind up first and then my body follows. But if it's not mentally stimulating for me, then I'm not into it, and then I can't climb the mountain, I can't get over the hill, if you know what I'm saying. So that's definitely been an interesting experience. That's definitely been an interesting experience, because pre-transition, everything was always focused on just that one part. But now it's like I have arms and legs and stuff, so I hope that made sense. I'm such a child. And then the next bullet point I have is girls go gay. I have never been attracted to women, ever. I think women are beautiful, I think women are amazing, but I have never experienced sexual attraction towards a woman. There's this funny stereotype and like this joke in the community, like once you start your meds, you're gonna go gay. You're gonna start to like women. And I was like, I don't think that's me. Here we are a year later. This is not a coming out video, I promise. Here we are a year and some change later, and I look at women in a whole different light now, if that makes sense. This is not a coming out video. Women are beautiful, and they are, I'm not saying, this is not a coming out video. You have to believe me. I'm not saying that I'm not attracted to women, but I'm not saying that I am either. I guess the best way that I could explain it is, whereas pre-transition, it used to be a hard, no, never gonna happen. at a year, I can say, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. I don't know. But I can definitely acknowledge that something has changed in my brain. I swear this is not a coming out video. Okay, something else that has changed is the medicine that I'm on has changed. I don't remember if I covered this in my 6-month video, but at the 6-month mark, I was only on estradiol, which is estrogen, and spironolactone, which is testosterone blocker. At the 6-month mark, I got upped. My dosage was upped to 2 estradiol tablets in the morning, 2 estradiol tablets at night, and then 1 spiral in the morning, 1 spiral at night. And I did that from 6 months to a year, and like I said, until I ran out. But now that I'm at a year, my dosage has changed a little bit. I told my doctor I was tired all the time, I'm unmotivated, sex is like, I told my doctor everything I was experiencing, and she recommended a med called Progesterone. Now, I've never heard of it. Apparently, my friend called it the titty hormone. She said that the doctor said that estradiol helps with the breast tissue to grow outwards, kind of like a cone shape, if you will, but the progesterone helps it to fill out and get more of a rounder shape to it, as well as it helps with sex drive and energy. I went to the doctor February the 14th, I think, like Valentine's Day, somewhere in there, and I made a goal. After having to miss my meds for 2 weeks, I made a goal that I would never miss a dose again. So I've not missed a dose in 2 weeks and some change, it looks like. And I can say I have noticed not really much change in my breasts so far, but I will say I have noticed a little bit of an energy boost. And when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. And I've also noticed sex drive has increased as opposed to what it was when I was just on estradiol and spiral. I also want to show you what it looks like because it looks different. I know that if I've never showed you my meds before, this is what estradiol looks like. It's a little blue pill. This is what spiral looks like. My pills used to be like tan, but now they're white. And then this is what come on, focus. This is what the progesterone looks like. It's like this little eggshell kind of, I hope this is focused, I hope you can see this. It's like a little egg pill, and I take this, it's a 100 milligram capsule, and I take 1 a day. She recommended taking it at night because it makes you sleepy, which, go figure, it makes you sleepy, but it's supposed to give you energy. I don't know. But yeah, and then my doctor also said that it's recommended that the girls take that once they hit a year, or I don't remember if she said that everyone gets on it after a year or if she recommends it to her patients after a year. So yeah, my meds did change. Something else, going back to like I told you, so on progesterone, my sex drive has increased a little bit. If you remember earlier in this video, I said that when we were talking about like the low energy and stuff like that, that my sperm was like clear, like it's clear like water. I've noticed on the progesterone, it's more of a cloudy, milky color. And again, I don't know if that's because I was off of meds completely for 2 weeks, and so there was some testosterone pumping in there and it's trying to clear itself out. We'll put a pin in that and come back to it. But I can say that from white at pre-transition to clear at 6 months to 8 months, start progesterone, and about a half a month in, it is like more of like a milky color. Not necessarily white, but it wasn't as clear as it was. So we'll keep a pin on that and we'll come back and update you and see how that goes. Okay, moving on to the pros and the cons. For pros, clear skin. I get complimented on my skin all the time. What's your routine? What's your whatever? And I'm like, I'm popping these pills twice a day that take care of everything. Hair growth, we're talking about, I know I mentioned like body hair growth slows down, which it does, but I can confirm now the hair on my hair is growing at a faster rate than what it was. So for context, I shaved my head bald in October of 2022, so right before I started HRT, and I haven't cut it since. So I grew it a year and a couple months, and I recently went and got my hair straightened and trimmed, And in a year and a couple months, my hair had grown to my collarbone. We ended up cutting like some because of like split ends and stuff, but my hair has never grown. My hair has always grown fast, but it's never grown that fast. For me to be a year in October, November, December, a year and a half, and my hair was working its way down my back, I was like, okay, I can confirm that now that, at least in my specific case, the speed at which my hair was growing did speed up. And then the biggest con for me, I will say, at a year opposed to 6 months and whatever the case may be, is the biggest con for me is dependency. And what I mean by that is I have to take these pills for the rest of my life. And before someone trolls me in the comments and say, well, duh, you have to, I never really thought about it or what the consequences would be of me not taking the medicine until I missed those 2 weeks of doses. So if you remember me telling you, I've always had sensitive skin. There's always something. But because of the medicine, my skin had cleared up. Like, it was just crystal clear. Those 2 weeks that I was off of my medicine, I got the most nastiest rash ever. I'm gonna stand up and see if I can show you what this looks like. I broke out literally like my chest, my stomach, like my hips, like I had these little bumps everywhere. Like it was like a bump slash a rash. I don't know what it was. And literally I was getting dressed and my boyfriend was like, oh my, like you're allergic to something, like something's happening, right? But then I noticed when I got back on my hormones, the redness of them, because they were swollen and they were red, like they were agitated, but the redness went away. And so the marks are still on my torso, which I'm going to show you here, but they're not inflamed anymore. And although I can't prove that's what happened, looking at the timeline, it's like my body was fine. I missed 2 weeks, and then it's like my body is like all inflamed, and then I start taking the pills again, and the redness goes away, and it looks like they're starting to fade. I should have taken a video when I can you see this? It's kind of hard to see, but like if you can, they're really starting to go away. But oh, they're like all these little, like there's a lot of texture here, and yeah, this is a good side. Like there's a lot of texture and like little bumps like here and like, and then you can kind of see it a little bit on my chest, like in this area. It's pretty much gone away, but like I was saying, imagine that, but like a lot more prominent. Like when I first saw it, I thought I had ringworm, and I was like, ew, like how did I get that? But it's going away, and I'm like, okay, it wasn't ringworm. It had to be because I stopped taking the estrogen and stuff. And so that really changed my perspective on what I'm doing and everything that's happening, because I'm just like, dang, these meds have changed my life for the positive. Like, I'm so grateful to have been able to medically transition, and this medicine has changed my life in such a positive way. But a con for me now is on the downside, like, girl, you miss your meds for too long and you start to, like, it's not permanent, you know what I mean? And that becomes really scary for me with the state of, I'm in America right now, so the state of the country and the banning of trans healthcare and just the scarcity and the accessibility of that makes me kind of nervous, because I'm just like, I've now gotten to witness what it feels like to go from there to here, and I began to witness what it felt like to go from here back, and I was like, very, very, very scary. Very scary. So the only con for me, I would say, at a year that I feel now is the dependency on this. Like, I have to, in order to maintain this almost, I have to take this medicine for the rest of my life. And I also have to have access to it. Like, I have to be able to get it. And it's a little scary. It's a little scary. On those 2 weeks that I was off, I started to break out. There's like a pimple. I was like, it's 2 weeks. Like, oh my God. Other than that, I don't have any other cons. Everything else has been really great for me. The other pro that I wanted to mention was that I feel like a woman pause. When I first started my transition, I felt with a lot of imposter syndrome. Like I didn't feel like I felt like I was pretending, or it didn't like some point between 6 months and a year, it like clicked. Like people will be like, yes ma'am, no ma'am, like, oh yeah, she's, you know, she's a grown woman, like da da da, and I don't like, there's no like instinctive to combat it. I don't know if that has anything to do with the medicine or the social transition of it, but I will say at a year, I'm a lot more confident and comfortable within myself, in the way that I move around the world and the way that I identify and show up in the world. I'm a lot more confident in myself, and yeah, I feel like a woman. It makes more sense to me now. Just like, I remember, I think I said in my 6-month video, like, this is how I felt like I was always supposed to feel. Like my brain and my body is like, yeah, this makes sense. But now it's more so, not that it's moved on from this makes sense to, yeah, this is just how it is. Like, yeah, it's nothing special. It's just me. Now we're moving on to the giveaway. I want you to know I was so close to being done with that video and my freaking camera died. But I don't want to miss out on the daylight behind me, so we're just gonna finish on phone cam. To celebrate my 1-year anniversary, I ended up going to Victoria's Secret to get measured for a bra. I have since been informed that Victoria's Secret does not measure correctly, so at some point I will go and get measured again. But for right now, my bra size is a 40A. I didn't order from Victoria's Secret. I ended up ordering from a website that I found online called Pepper. This is not sponsored. Pepper is they're like an online company. They sell bras and like swim sets and panties for people that have a smaller cup size, like myself. And that made me feel very seen and very happy. So I ended up buying 3 bras from there. This black one, there's one over there, it's pink with polka dots and stuff. I'll put like a clip here, came from there. And then I got a brown strapless one that I have not worn yet. And I just remember being so happy when I got them in the mail and I got to try it on for the first time and experience what that felt like to clasp it in the back and everything. It was such a euphoric feeling for me. And so I've decided, in honor of celebrating my 1-year anniversary on hormone replacement therapy, that I want to gift that happy feeling that I had to someone else. So if you are a trans girl or a gender non-conforming person that wears bras and you would like to get that experience, I'm gonna host a giveaway, and I will be giving away 1 bra from the Pepper website. The rules are very simple. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel, and then like this video and comment below what your favorite thing about being trans is, and an email address that I can reach you at. Today is March the 2nd. I will run this through, we'll just say the 29th. And then on the 29th of this month, I'll go through and collect all the comments and entries, and then like write all the names down and put them in a hat or something, and then pull it. And then I will reach out via email to the winner and get all the details set up so that I can order that for you. Yeah, also the idea of giving back and helping a trans person makes me very happy. So I'm sorry that I can only give away 1 because I'm doing this with my real money. Like I said, this isn't sponsored, so I will be giving away just 1 bra, but I would like to do more giveaways like this in the future to just kind of give back to my other trans and gender non-conforming siblings in the community. Yeah, so if you're interested in entering the bra giveaway, all you have to do, like I said, be subscribed to my channel, like this video, and comment below what your favorite thing about being trans is, and an email address for me to contact you if you win. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you guys in my next one. Peace and love, you guys.